All right, everyone, welcome back. Hopefully everyone had a decent lunch. Ms. Ferguson, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
We need a reset date on Mr. Ruben Garcia. Mr. Garcia was seeking to procure a date with Ms. Guzman.
How long do you want me to bring it back, Judge? 30?
If you can put in the chat box 30 days, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And could you have Mr. Woodard zoom in, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, are we ready on Charlie Perkins?
We are, Judge. I think he's in a courtroom.
Yes, he is. Who is the prosecutor on this one?
I was judge. I believe he
Deferred.
already entered a plea of true, and this
Yes.
was for sentencing.
Yes.
That was it, Judge.
And was there an agreement on sentencing or no?
It was 5 years.
That's correct. We had an agreed 5 years.
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 8537C, State of Texas versus Charlie James Ray Perkins. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
For the defense?
Fernando Ramos.
All right, and are you Mr. Perkins?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're proceeding by video, but for the record, Mr. Perkins is in the courtroom. Any objections to us proceeding by video, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
None, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Perkins, any objections to this taking place by video?
No, ma'am.
Right. And the court will note for the record that the defendant entered a plea of true on December 1st to violation of condition number 1. The court found violation of condition number 1 true. Are both sides ready to proceed with the court sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
We're ready, Your Honor.
Right. And is there an agreement on sentencing?
Yes, Judge. We're asking that you adjudicate him guilty, revoke his community supervision, sentence him to 5 years. And in exchange, we will be taking into consideration 3 cases. Let's see. Grand jury 755-290, grand jury 755.
Just 1 second. 755.
Sorry about that. 755-290, 755-291, county court case 666-405.
That's our agreement, Your Honor.
All right. And the grand jury cause numbers, what are those cause numbers?
What kind of cases, Your Honor?
Yes. What are the offenses?
Possession with intent to deliver, penalty group 1, 4 to 200, and then a possession of marijuana, 4 ounces to 5 pounds.
All right, Mr. Perkins, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court then will find you guilty, grant the motion, not grant you community supervision, take in consideration County Court Cause number 666405, grand jury number 755290, 755291. Court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 5 years prison, give you credit for any time served.
I got a question.
Yes,
So will the time count when I go to the back now? Like, will the time count until I get to prison? Will it count while I'm in county?
yes, all the time that you've had on this case will count. So the time that you're waiting at the Bexar County Jail to be transferred, that will count as well.
All right, thank you. That's all I asked.
All right, you're welcome. I'm going to show you next what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
I think we viewed that. We viewed that, Ramos?
Yes, we did.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And also because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Who did you bring to court with you?
My baby mama and my mother.
All right, the
Probably
mother of your child. Remember, that's what I say in this court, right? So you brought the mother of your child, and who
Oh, yeah,
else?
sorry about that. Yes, ma'am.
And your mom?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
19.
All right, so you're 19 years old. You've just made your life more difficult than it had to be. You were on deferred adjudication. All you had to do was follow the rules, right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm already knowing.
And so now your mom is disappointed. You're breaking your mom's heart. You're breaking the mother of your child's heart. You're breaking your child's heart. You're going to have to do better. So when you're released from prison, you need to make up your mind that you're going to be a person that your child can look up to, and a person that your mom will be proud of.
Yes, ma'am. Most definitely.
All right, because at the end of the day, and I'm sure your mom has told you this, mom is always going to love you. Mom always going to be here for you, but may not like what you're doing. So change your ways so you won't be disappointing your mom and leaving her in tears, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that advice too.
All right, you have a good one. And Deputy Laura and Deputy Mejia, I know if there's anything he needs to give to his family, you'll let him give that to them. Okay.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Raphael
Thank you, Meredith.
Leal. Raphael Leal.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Yes, who is your client?
Zachary Guerrero.
All right, what is happening with Zachary Guerrero?
Well, Judge, I wanted to confirm with a prosecutor and I haven't been able to.
Oh, well, we're gonna make that happen. It is a aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Is there a prosecutor available?
Yes, Judge.
All right, I'm gonna send you to a breakout room, and Mr. Marcus Sanders will meet you there. I'll send you to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, Judge.
David Woodard.
Good afternoon, Judge. I have Ruben Garcia. He was on your trial docket, and I believe he still wants a jury trial.
We have to send Mr. Garcia back because Mr. Garcia came on Zoom and he was trying to procure a date with Ms. Guzman.
Okay,
So we'll be back on the 24th. If you can speak to him that this is not the time for him to try to pick up dates on Zoom.
January 24th,
No, February 24th.
February 24th?
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Judge, and I'll let him know.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
Bye. And Ms. Ferguson, I'm gonna put something in the chat box to you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Slade.
Yes, Judge.
Hi, who's your client?
That is Lisa Ann Guzman,
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
criminal MTR.
All right, so you had a chance to confer what is happening with her case.
I will want to confirm this, but the state revised their offers.
And
And
who's the prosecutor you're working with?
I was working with two, but the second one, and I haven't met either one of them before.
Marcus, Judge.
Okay. So I will send you to number 2. Mr. Sanders will meet you into for whatever confirmation you need.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, when you get a chance, can I see in a breakout room?
Yes. You want to meet in breakout room number 3?
Yes, please.
Sure. And Ms. Ferguson, if you could join us in 3, please. And also, Brenna, if you could join us in breakout room number 3.
Norma, are you there? Let's see, Norma. Nope.
Mr. Slade? You're on mute. Yes, Mr. Slade?
Yes, the state came back with a different offer. They're offering 180 days lockup time, credit for time
I
served.
mean, no. I just need to know what is happening with this case. Are you all entering a plea? Are you not
Yeah.
entering a plea?
We're entering a plea.
Okay, then if you will put in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson, what your agreement is, she'll get the appropriate paperwork for you.
Okay.
And she's listed as Ferguson Coordinator. And I will send your client to a breakout room so you can go over the paperwork with her. And I'll send you both to number 3.
That sounds good.
Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome. Hi, Scott.
Hello, Judge.
Hi, your client is not here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make a decision on his violation report. And let me find his violation report. Do you know where your client is? Is he planning to join us or not join us?
Well, I know he would love to and wants to, but he's got warrants out of County Court 6 for really the same violations, but that court was not as understanding as you were in giving him a second chance. So they had already increased the bonds and he couldn't afford it. And he has sole custody of his 11-year-old daughter. And just could not afford to go into custody, Judge.
Okay. You know, he probably could have come in and solved it. People try to handle things on the back end, which is never.
I don't know how he could have solved, I don't know how he could have solved County Court 6's warrants,
Who is the judge in 6?
Christian.
Oh,
I tried already.
okay. All right. Well, let me know when they pick up your client.
I'm hopeful that that won't be the case, that I'll be able to turn him into you at some point in the very near future.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Have a good rest of your day.
You as well.
Mr. Leal?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what are we doing with your case?
You just discussed it with Mr. Sanders, and I think we have worked it out.
Okay,
I don't know if, I don't have the documents yet, but we can reset it for a plea.
no, we can do the plea today.
All right, that's not a problem. I need the documents ASAP.
All right, if you'll put in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson, she's listed as Ferguson Coordinator, what the agreement is, and we will make that happen today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Michael Velichek.
There, I had trouble unmuting. Hi, Judge.
Hi, Ms. Ferguson said that you were coming tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe, Judge. I have tomorrow, I have an in-person 9 o'clock sentencing in the 437th, among other things, 3 other 9 o'clocks and a 10:30. So it wouldn't be a good day. Wednesday or
Well, no, Ms. Ferguson said that you were not going to be here today.
well, apparently I thought I didn't get the Zoom invite, and I did get it at 4:45 yesterday. I just didn't see it. And so I was totally off getting everything juggled today. I mean, I can do my best.
All right.
Tomorrow, Judge, yes.
That's okay. Is there a prosecutor able to confer with Mr. Velichek?
Yeah.
It's a criminal trial division.
I can, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Judge, because I don't have my file with me. And
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 1.
okay,
And
thanks.
Marcus Sanders, are you available to proceed on Ms. Guzman?
Yes, Judge.
All right, and to the clerks, could you bring me the paperwork on Ms. Guzman? It should be coming back. Brenda, there you are. All right, the court is calling 2019 CR 8583, State of Texas versus Lisa Ann Guzman. Thank you. Could I have the parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense? Mr. Slade? For the defense?
Gordon Slade.
And are you Ms. Guzman? Could you unmute for me, please? Are you Ms. Guzman?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
No objection.
Ms. Guzman, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the I'm sorry. Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Ms. Guzman, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. And
Yes, ma'am.
state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you have a chance to review those documents with your attorney, and did you understand them?
A little.
Well, do you need to confer with him?
No, ma'am.
Well, did you understand the documents?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Lisa Ann Guzman who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 8583 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 less than 1 gram, on September 26, 2019 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. State?
From the motion to supplement condition number 5 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Lisa Ann Guzman did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of February, March, April, May, June, and July 2021 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We'll waive the rest, Judge.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No objection.
Ms. Guzman, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Judge, we're asking that you grant the motion, adjudicate and revoke, and sentence her to 180 days state jail.
Is that the agreement?
It is the agreement with credit for time served.
Ms. Guzman, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will follow your agreement. The court, as previously stated, is finding violation of condition number 5 true. The court will grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you to 180 days in the state jail facility, and give you credit for any time served.
Thank you.
Welcome. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a question over what the definition of a weapon is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, we'll go off the record. Ms. Guzman, you had opportunity to be successful on this probation. You made choices, and those were bad choices. That's why you're in custody, and that's why your probation was revoked. So from here on out, you're gonna have to start making better decisions. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself in and out of jails, in and out of prisons. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
37.
All right. At this point, you still have more of your life in front of you than behind you. I'm at the point where I have more of my life behind me. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
18, 17, 16, and 12.
All right. And who are they living with?
Their father.
All right. So here's the thing. When you get out of jail or get out of prison, don't go disrupting their life, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
either you're going to be in their life or not going to be in their life. Don't be that problem who comes in, causes disruptions, and then leave.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want them to be able to look up to you. And the only way they're going to be able to do that is if you get your life in order. If you
Yes.
have a drug or some type of other issue, there are so many free places that can help you with that. But
Well,
nobody can help you if you don't want to get the help. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you, Ms. Guzman.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Mr. Slade, you are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You know, that's a nice last name, Slade. You know?
I didn't pick it, but I'll take it.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Brennan, that name is right up there with Sally Justice's name. It's Sally Justice, and she's a defense attorney.
Raphael, can you send either Norma or I your client's email address, please?
all right.
All right, Mr. Belichick, you're back on Albert Lamont.
Yes, Judge. I was reminded of who Albert is, Mr. Lamont is more. And this is a little complicated. I need to get some proof of his credit out of county, Cleburne County. And I thought we were close to resolving this, but it's going to take several days of work, I think, to get there.
All right, to the clerks, could you bring me the file back for Albert Lamont? And so the only thing you're trying to get is how much credit he has in another county?
That's one thing, Judge. You know, he was on bond and then he wasn't. Several offers have been batted around, rejected, and I really need to talk to him at length.
All right, just give me one moment. Let me get the file back.
Sure.
All right, Mr. Valacek, how much time do you anticipate needing?
I would say a week, Judge, if that's possible. That way I can get a video visit with him.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can we change this reset date on Mr. Lamone? And if you can give them a week's reset, please?
Give me 1 second. Judge. Just send it by chat.
Okay, 1 week. All right, so we're gonna come back on February 1st.
Okay, February 1st.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Okay, you too.
And Mr. Guerrero, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney. He should be receiving paperwork and he will discuss it with you. Has everyone received Mr. Leal's attorney's email address?
Yes.
Mr. Leal, have you received the paperwork?
Yes, ma'am, and I have signed it.
All right, then your client hasn't signed it. If you'll go back to breakout room number 2 and make sure he signs it.
All right.
Thank you. Deputy Laura, could you come to the back for a moment, please? Mr. Guerrero,
Yes, Your Honor.
have you received any other paperwork in your email?
Yes, I signed it.
Did you sign the paperwork from the state?
I only got one.
Mr. Leal, have you received the paperwork from the state? You're on mute.
I'll check.
All right, thank you. Let me know if you've received it.
Yes, I did.
All right, have you forwarded it to your client? Because we haven't received it.
I just stopped on it.
All right, thank you. Mr. Guerrero, you should be receiving the paperwork.
Okay, I got it.
Thank you. Robert, there should be paperwork coming back to you.
Okay, Judge, I'll keep an eye out for it.
Thank you.
Ay, Dios mío.
All right, Mr. Guerrero, have you received all the information and signed?
Yes.
All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Mr. Leal, I want you to go to breakout room number 1 with your client and make sure he's signed everything. And to the clerk, if you could go to number 1 and make sure that everything is signed so that we can take this matter up. Thank you. All right, is everybody ready?
Yes.
We're just calling 2021 CR 8111B, State of Texas versus Zachary Guerrero. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the
Go ahead,
defense?
Leon. Rafael Leal for Zachary Noel Guerrero.
And are you Zachary Guerrero? If you could unmute for me, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
Objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Guerrero, I'm going to show you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision or Deferred Adjudication. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Guerrero, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Guerrero, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand that if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe he is, and he was competent at the time of the offense.
Mr. Guerrero, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution to Tamara Alvarado, Tamera, and Patricia Santos. There's to be no contact with Adan, Adan, or Tamara Alvarado, Patricia Santos, of Stefan, Stepphon, Brown. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
State, is there an affirmative finding of deadly weapon?
All right, yes, Judge, there should be. And then also I forgot to include the case we're TICing.
And which case would that be?
It is 2021 CR 8112B.
CR8.
8112B.
All right, thank you. And also as a part of the agreement, there's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon and the state is taking in consideration 2021 CR 8812B. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement, Mr. Guerrero?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Well, Your Honor, we hadn't discussed an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon, but I understand given the the charge.
Yes.
So that's, yeah, that, I would say yes.
All right, Mr. Guerrero, you understand there's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. You are charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. So there is going to be an affirmative finding of deadly weapon if I read the stipulated evidence and determine that a deadly weapon was exhibited or used. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Then do you understand that to be the entirety of the plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counselor, have there been any such motions?
Oh, yeah.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours of community service restitution, and the MRT. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
Yes, the state offers States Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any
No
objections?
objection. No objection.
Mr. Guerrero, I'm showing you what's entitled waiving consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes.
All right, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding you guilty as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes,
Are
Your
you
Honor.
proceeding with sentencing?
We'll waive that. I have a motion for return of property, Your Honor, that I like for the court to consider it. I already served Mr. Sanders.
Okay, the first question though, are you asking to proceed with sentencing?
Yeah, I mentioned yes, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Well, Your Honor, this was a difficult case for the state and for us, for the defense. There was a confrontation among neighbors, and that confrontation led to both sides shooting each other. There is another party to this offense that has also been arrested, and I understand to be the other person that participated in the confrontation. So it is unclear who started the fight or who started the shooting. And given the uncertainty of the situation, my client decided to take the offer of the state, given that it was a very reasonable offer, and he believes that he can follow the terms of the probation.
How old are you, Mr. Guerrero?
I'm 21.
How far did you go in school?
I graduated high school.
So what are you doing with your life?
As of right now,
Yes.
I want to go to like barber school. I always wanted to like be a barber.
Okay, not what you want to do. What are
Oh.
you currently doing? How are you supporting yourself?
Well, I've been trying to get a job, but since the monitor, I haven't been able to.
Did you have a job before the monitor?
Yes,
And what were you doing?
I was window tinting at my sister's ex-boyfriend's shop.
All right, and I guess your wife is absentee.
Yes,
Do you have any children?
yes, I have a 5-month year. 5-month baby.
Child Protective Services involved?
No,
All right, and I see that Stephon Brown is an acquaintance of absentee. What is Stephon Brown relationship to any of you?
just a friend.
Well, you know that you're not to have any more contact with him.
Yes, I haven't talked to him in forever since that happened.
All right, if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Positive,
For what?
marijuana,
And what else?
and that's it.
And what would your wife be positive for?
Nothing.
So why are you using marijuana if no one else in your household uses marijuana?
I don't know, honestly.
Here's the thing, it's time for you to grow up. You got a 5-month-old.
Yes, I understand.
And I can
that.
tell you right now, the 5-month-old does not need to be smelling marijuana. And if you're using marijuana, whether you're using it inside the house or outside the house, you smell like marijuana. And that affects your child. Do you want your child's brain functions to be slowed down when they go to school because his dad can't stop using marijuana?
No, Your Honor.
So you had better straighten up.
Yes, I plan to.
Judge, if I may, I would like for the court to order the removal of the GPS, given that my client has complied with.
I don't know if I'm going to order GPS, removal of GPS. I'm having a conversation with your client to see what type of person he is. Because the only thing I know about him so far is that he's getting in a shootout in a neighborhood where I'm sure people are trying to relax and enjoy life and they can't, because we have 20-year-olds who are getting in shootouts like it's Dodge, like it's the what is it? The Clantons and the Earps. Doc Holliday, where is Doc Holliday? That's what they're acting like. And I'm sure nice people were enjoying their life, having a little pleasant. Can you imagine if you're at your house, you're just sitting down, relaxing, Brenna, with your children, maybe eating dinner at the kitchen table, and all of a sudden you're hearing gunshots and it's your neighbors acting like it's a shootout, like we're living in the Wild West. At least if you knew, I'm living in Wild West, shootout could occur at any time, you'd be prepared. I'm sure people were ducking in their bathtubs. And if some little child would end up getting shot by some stray bullet, then we would have had a bunch of 20-year-olds in here boohooing and crying on the news about, I didn't mean to. When I put that right up there, when you have to tell people during 4th, why are you firing weapons in the air? I mean, at some point, those bullets have to come down. So that's where we are, Mr. Guerrero.
Your Honor, is not so much that he's wearing that GPS. It is the fact that it can get quite costly, and my client still is trying to find a job. He has a newborn that he needs to
I
take
understand
care of.
what you're saying, Mr. Leal. Right now, I'm giving your client a lecture, so hopefully he won't do this silly thing again, because I don't know if his parents ever gave him this lecture. And I see all the tattoos on his hands. What are the tattoos that he spent money for, unless he got it done in somebody's garage, that he spent money for instead of buying milk and supplies for the baby? So what are those tattoos on your fingers? May I see them, please?
Loyalty.
Loyalty to who?
It says loyalty, our values, everything.
No. There's loyalty and something else on there. What does it all say? And what does
Says
it really mean?
loyalty, out, values, everything.
And I'm sure that doesn't end because that's not a complete sentence. So what's on the other hand?
I don't have nothing. Those were only my tattoos.
Brenda, what does that even mean?
It's like it's from like a rap song or whatever.
What rap song?
It's from Kodak. I don't
So
know.
just listening to that wasn't enough. You had to write it down. And let me just tell you, I don't know if it's true or not, but the rumor is a lot of rappers are not even writing their own lyrics. Somebody else is writing it and they're just saying it.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, some of them.
Yeah. All right, this is what the court is going to do. 4 years deferred adjudication, affirmative finding of deadly weapon, taking consideration 2021 CR 812B. Restitution and no contact with Tamara Alvarado, Patricia Santos. There's to be no contact with Stephon Brown and Aiden Alvarado. The MRT program is a program to tell you you need to do what's right. You need to follow the rules. Don't go shooting up the neighborhood.
Yes, Your Honor.
You know, when it's time for trash to be taken out on Wednesday or Thursday, or when it's taken out for you, take the trash out. When the trash man runs, bring it back in. That's what the MRT is just telling people, would you please follow the rules of society so everyone can live peacefully, so that people can eat their dinner without having to worry that there's going to be a shootout. I'm sure people who bought their homes never thought you'd be moving in and engaging in a shootout. So the MRT, 150 hours of community service restitution, the court will waive 40 of those if you provide proof of a COVID vaccination that includes the booster. Court is not forcing anyone to get the vaccination, but if you do, you'll have those hours waived. I'm going to want parenting classes. If you complete those parenting classes, I'll waive your community service hours, but no matter what, you will complete parenting classes. You're going to either do a trade school or do something towards seeking a higher level of education. And I'll tell you, I know you were on here, but I'll tell you what I tell everybody else. There's no shame in whatever job you want to do, but it needs to be a legal job. And whatever job that is, you need to be the best at it you can be. So if you want to be a landscaper, be the best landscaper. If you want to bag groceries, guess what? We need people to bag groceries. We need people to dig ditches. We need people to work in service industries. We need doctors. We need lawyers. We need judges. We need everything. Pick one, be the best at it. You made your life a little bit difficult because any occupation that requires a license requires a background check, and they're going to see this on it. Not saying that's going to disqualify you, but it's going to make it difficult for you to get your license as a barber.
Yes,
So I want
understand
trades.
I understand.
All right. So I want trade school or some sort of higher level of education. We're going to do the UA hotline. And Rebecca, I'm going to want him tested for levels. We're going to do GPS tracking, waive fees, and we're going to give you a curfew. Your curfew is going to be 7:30 p.m. I'm going to want random field visits. Three times per month. If he does well, we'll see about lowering that. There should be regular Zoom reporting or in person. So if something happens, you can't report by Zoom, you'll need to report in person. Do you understand?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Rebecca, is there anything else he needs?
Sorry, Judge, the proof of employment?
Thank you. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Mr. Guerrero, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, with that, we'll go off the record. Mr. Guerrero, so many people could have ended up being killed in this Dodge
Yeah.
shootout y'all were having at
I
high
understand
noon.
that now.
And you know what? You could easily be charged with murder or something else.
Yes.
You understand? So
Yes, I
you're gonna have to
understand.
start flying right, make your child proud of you, and be happy to say that you're dad. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
All right, Mr. Leal, there was something you wanted.
Yes, Your Honor, I filed a motion for return of property in this case at the suggestion of Mr. Sanders.
And what property are you asking to be returned?
The gun, Your Honor.
Oh, we'll need to have a hearing on that.
If it is
Where's this
necessary,
gun going?
I'm sorry?
Where's this gun going? Because it's not going back to Mr. Guerrero. He
No,
knows
no,
nothing of gun safety.
it's gonna be in my possession, Judge.
You need to file a motion
I did.
and have the state, have you conferred with the state?
I did.
Mr. Sanders?
Judge, I haven't seen the motion, but I told him I would have no objection if he filed a motion requesting that it be released to him as payment.
All right, so. Mr. Leal,
Yes, Your Honor.
and this is for the 2021 CR 8111B case, correct?
Correct.
All right, so you need to file a different order because in this order, you're asking that the gun be returned to the defendant, comma, his attorney or his attorney's agents. So I'm not gonna agree to have the gun returned to the defendant.
No, Your Honor, I mean, it's gonna come into my possession and that's it. And you know, if we can get it on the record, I can stipulate to that on the record.
No, you'll need to file a motion that says that it's going to you and not the defendant, because in the order that I have, it says it's being returned to the defendant.
I'll just file another order, Judge, and then
Yes.
delete the other language.
Okay, all right, thank you. Once that's filed, I'll take care of it. All right,
Thank you,
Mr.
Your Honor. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Thank you, Mr. Leo. Mr. Guerrero, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 2. Probation is gonna go over conditions with you, okay?
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
You said I have a time limit.
Oh, you have a
curfew?
curfew. You need to be at
So
home by 7:30.
So does that mean like I get to like leave the house or like?
Oh, no, you're allowed to leave the house in the morning time.
Yes.
And I'll put that, Rebecca, we're gonna put the morning time at 7 a.m. He's not to leave before that unless he has employment.
Okay.
And you need to be back in the house by 7:30 p.m.
Okay, and that's only if I like have a job, right?
Yes.
Okay, I was just wondering.
But here it is, Mr. Guerrero, it's tracking. So you're allowed to go pick up food items for your child. You understand? You can do that, but you need to be in the house at 7:30. So I'm not going to allow you to leave the house until 7 a.m. because I can say you can be in the house at 7:30 p.m. And then I guarantee you, if I were to tell somebody that they're like, I'm in at 7:30 p.m. Now I'm going out at 8:30 p.m. So your hours to be outside of your house, running your errands is from that morning time period that I gave you to 7:30 p.m.
Okay.
Now, if there is some issue, Rebecca, where his employment is a different time and he needs to be out later or before that time period in the morning, just let the court know. But Mr. Guerrero, that's not going to be, oh, I'm working with my cousin and this is the time I need documentation. You understand?
Yes.
All right. So if you will go to breakout room number 2,
Okay.
probation will meet you there. And everyone, we are done for today and see everybody tomorrow at 9 a.m. Traffic really willing. Brenda, what's that saying? I think they say God willing, then the creek don't rise or something like that. So that's when I'll see you guys. But have a good rest of your day.